What's up, guys? Welcome to another video of Fishing with Ty. Now, as you can tell by the title, I'm starting a new series. It's called In the Tackle Box. So each one of these videos in the series is going to show a certain type of lure. So whether it's crankbaits, jerkbaits, spinnerbaits, soft plastic craws, worms, terminal tackle, I'm going to show you what I have in my box, what I personally like, and how I fish. And now with that, I'm also going to show you the setup I run for that specific group of lures. Hopefully this light isn't too bugging with you guys. Ignore all that stuff. I'm kind of reorganizing my boat and wanted to film. I got James behind the camera, and he's going to assist me with filming this video for you guys. So, what we have here is crankbaits. We got deep divers and shallow runners. There's also some rattle traps in here because I don't have a specific box for them because I don't fish them often enough. So they're in with my square boat shallow runners. So we're going to get the camera repositioned and then we'll jump right into today's video. Okay guys, so I've got the camera a little bit closer now, and first we're going to dive into my square bills and my shallow runners. So we're going to take the deep divers, move them away because I don't use them enough. I'm going to kind of explain the lures and why I chose them. So right here, this is hybrid lures. You can see it's a skirted crankbait. I have not tried this yet, and Brandon, who actually makes these baits, is sending me an updated version because I guess there's problems on the backside where water's getting into them. So he's sending me a new crankbait, and the updated crankbait, and he's sending me jigs. That's gonna be an entirely separate video on hybrid lures. We're good. So we're gonna hop into the box here. We have, it's actually one of my favorite square bills. It got that mystery tackle box. It's a Bagley. You can see it's flat side, a little bit longer of a bill on it. So let's see. Like I said, got that as a mystery tackle box. Great crankbait. Caught actually quite a few nice fish off that one. I wish I still had the crankbait that I caught my walleye off of because I've caught so many fish off that. It was absolutely nuts. Now, if you're wondering, I'm grabbing all of the same crankbaits here. All these are Booyah crankbaits. I picked them up at Bass Pro actually on sale. Pretty sure it was just square bill. So these guys, if you can't tell, my favorite color to throw is crawfish. I absolutely love it. Where I fish, I don't throw too many like really off the wall colors, kind of like this. Pretty sure it's Strike King, maybe wrong, but I'll throw as natural as possible. And you're probably wondering why I've got green and purple. I don't know, just look cool. But these guys I actually got on sale at Bass Pro for like $2 a piece. So I picked up quite a few of them. Broke the bill off one of these. Actually, this is the one I broke the bill off of. So it just took one hit to the rocks and it was done. So these aren't the most durable crankbaits ever, but they do catch fish. I caught a 4.5 pounder, and I'll show that picture right here. Now when I'm throwing a square bill crankbait, I'm running shallow rocks or any rock between 2 to 5 foot. And depending on the time of the year will determine how I fish it. Most of the time it's a real steady retrieve, and I'm letting it knock off the rocks, the sunken timber, what have you, just to create that extra bit of noise to entice a reaction bite. So I'm going to fish any of these actually in no deeper than 5 foot of water. And I'm knocking them off of rocks. I'm throwing them into fallen timber. If I'm on the boat, if I'm fishing from the shore, I won't throw these into timber because I can't get to them. If I snag one up, at least from the boat, I can get up there and get my crankbait back. But yeah, these guys real shallow. I'm throwing these mainly around rocks, timber, and once I get my graphs, my new graphs, I'm going to be throwing these around submerged vegetation like hydrofoil. I'm going to run it rattle in the top of them. The reason I'm waiting for my graphs so I can actually read how far down they are. And it's just going to make life a little bit better. I have some really off the wall crankbaits. I'm pretty sure, throw these guys back. together. Pretty sure this is just a real cheap crankbait from Walmart. I don't even think there's a name on it. It's more of a crappie color. It's more of a bluegill color. I really don't throw these too much. I think these are just like your simple, really cheap Walmart brand ones that if one of my buddies want to throw a crankbait. Cotton cordels, that's what they are. All these are cotton cordels. Real cheap. So if you want a really cost-effective crankbait, I'd throw these guys. Now, if you want to go more expensive, throw your Strike Kings. And I don't remember what this color's called. I really haven't thrown that one. So if you want a real cost-effective crankbait, I'd just go get some cotton cordels from Walmart. Just get the pack. As long as you present them right, the fish are gonna hit. That's really all that matters. So, I told you how I run these guys. Now let's move on to the rod that I will throw a lot of my crankbaits on. So I actually just picked this up. This is a Quantum Pulse. You can get it for like 30 bucks at Walmart. It's real cost-effective reel and rod, actually. This is the Shakespeare Excursion. It's got a, we'll get the tip and frame. It's got a real soft tip to it. And the thing is, when you're throwing crankbaits, you want a rod that's really going to bend, because when you hook up on those treble hooks, you're not going to want a real fast action rod, because when that rod unloads, say if the fish shakes his head, that rod's going to unload really, really quickly, and he's going to throw that treble. So you want something that is going to be able to keep pressure on him the entire time until you get him to the boat. And like with crankbaits, jerkbaits, or actually anything with a treble, you want to get him to the boat. You want to burn him back. Well, if you can. But you don't want to sit there and play with him. You want to get him back to the boat as fast as possible, get him in the net, get him in the live well, especially in a tournament scenario. On here, pretty sure this is a 5.5 foot runner, square bill. I'm not sure on the brand. I've caught quite a few fish off this guy. But this Quantum Pulse, really, really cost effective. It's a 6.6 to 1. Pretty sure I've got 12-pound monofilament, I think. Let me double check, and I'll put a little annotation here if it's actually 12-pound mono. Might be 12-pound fluoro. Or this might be 10-pound. I don't know. I'd have to go back to, because I've written everything down of what each one of my rods are. But I'll put an annotation. And I'm throwing it on a 7-foot medium action, moderate to fast tip. And like I said, you want a moderate to fast. You really don't want a fast or a heavy rod, because it's going to unload that fish a lot quicker than what this rod's going to do. So now that I showed you my setup, and I'm going to throw this even when I'm throwing my deep divers, which is in here. I rarely open this box. That's actually a square bow. I just don't have enough room in there. But a lot of my deep divers, these are just cheap crankbaits that one of my buddies at Summerfeld, he told me to pick up a few of these guys. So I think I picked up 2 of the perch color and 2 of the crappie color, because the tournament we were fishing had a bunch of perch and crappie in it that these bass are feeding on, which was a super terrible tournament, by the way. We only caught 1 fish. Didn't place, but you know, that's the name of the game. These guys will run 10 to 12 feet. I guess the biggest thing with crankbaits is really match the hatch. That's actually with anything, you want to match the hatch. Then we got a Model A by Bomber. Another Bomber Model A. These are the 6As. These are 10 to 12 foot runners. Another mystery tackle box. This is Excite, I believe. LJ Pilot 65F. That's from the mystery tackle box. There's also another Excite right here. The thing with this one, I actually had to replace the hook. First fish I caught, snapped the hook straight out of the mystery tackle box. But that could just be a defect from the manufacturer, so I'm not going to hold it. hold it against that mystery tackle box and excite. XPS, I actually found this one. Found it during a tournament actually. Caught quite a few fish off of that. I actually found it stuck on a log back in a cove, picked it up, tied it on, and caught actually a few fish during the tournament. I believe this runs 6 to 8 feet. And if I'm fishing deep water, which I rarely do, you guys will rarely ever see me fish deep water, I need to get better at it. I'll pick up one of the bombers or one of these guys, I don't remember the brand, and I'm going to run anywhere from that 5 foot, anything below that 5 foot I'm going to throw a square bill. Anything deeper than 5 foot I'm going to go pick up a deep diver and fish these anywhere from, I guess, 6 to 15 feet. We'll throw these back in here. And fishing deep water, you really have to rely on your graphs. Even if you think you know the lake, you're going to want to rely on your graphs. It's simple. And that's why I'm getting new graphs, so I can start fishing that deeper water so I know what I'm fishing over. So like I explained with the shallow runners, I'm going to throw these on submerged rock piles, ledges, drop-offs, anywhere that it goes from, say, 5-6 feet down to like 15 feet. I'm going to run parallel. Or first I'm going to start off running parallel with the ledge. So say this is your ledge that drops down. I'm going to run it parallel to it quite a few times and keep working my way out. If I don't get a bite, I'm going to run it with the drop off. So I'm going to start shallow and come down off of it. And with these guys, I don't really burn my deep divers in, but I'll bring them in at a moderate to kind of moderate fast reel, just to kind of get them to react bite to it or get a reaction bite off of it. But you'll rarely ever see me throw a deep diver. I'm not confident enough to throw deep divers, which I'm going to be working on. So hopefully you guys will be able to see some more deep cranking videos. Close this up. Some stuff, whatever. So there's that. There is my tackle box adventure video on my crankbaits and my crankbait setup. So if you guys like this video, hit the like button. If you guys like fishing with Ty, make sure to subscribe. If you guys have any comments or recommendations on how I should do these videos, if you guys like this format, let me know. If you guys think I should change it up and run it a different way, let me know. I'm always looking for feedback, whether it's negative or positive, because that's how you grow as a channel. Like I said, like, subscribe. Thanks for watching the video. Fish smart, fish safe, and I'll see you in the next one.